Hey everyone, this is Rob.
And Michelle.
And welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. All right, so this week up on the docket we have, of course, as always, our updates, what we've been doing this week, what's been going on with us. And then we'll jump right into probably the updates for this week because there's actually kind of a lot to go over, and so much so that we kind of split it up where she has some stuff that she knows and I have some stuff that I know, so we'll be surprising each other back and forth with that. But we're going to be going over some Group Ironman changes, the Tomb of a Mascot reward changes, a little bit of system maintenance and downtime. This is continued from the past few weeks. It's still going on for the remainder of the month. And then we'll finish off with the actual update for this week and, of course, our Q&A session.
Yes.
But before we get into all of that good stuff we have for you today, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going pretty darn well.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, first up, I can't log in and RuneScape on this laptop. Pull up my high scores for me, please.
It is literally right there.
So, I made some big gains this week.
Some big gains?
I got 95 attack. No big deal, whatever. And then I got 98 strength.
Nice. You almost have one of the 99s in melee.
Yeah. So now it's a neck to neck race.
Neck to neck?
What's it? They're like the necks
neck
and necks.
and neck?
Neck and neck race.
Jeez.
Strength and magic are both 98, so now they're neck and neck racing for 99.
Wow, neck and neck.
It's a neck and neck race.
It's a neck. They don't say that. You just say they're neck.
They're
and
neck
neck
and neck. Yeah, okay. They're neck and neck racing for
Have
99.
You ever spoke English before?
No, I'm Dutch now. Ik spreek in Nederlands.
Oh, so
Duh.
she doesn't know either language now.
Oh, hurtful.
Sad.
Someone taught me how to say "God damn it" last night in Dutch.
And you forgot.
And I forgot. And I wanted to look it up later.
Why are you bragging?
Shout out Fox for being Dutch and telling me how to say a word, even though I can't remember.
Shout out Fox.
But yeah, so that's pretty exciting. I leveled those up. And then I was doing some chambers on Sunday with Squishy, Squishy and Tragic, and a couple other people I don't know. Now I know them because I've raided
like
with
6
them.
people or something.
Yeah, there's like 6 of us. Got my 10th kill count, which is pretty cool. Got a Kodai, which is pretty cool. On my 10th kill. Cool. And I died, and they were just like all talking. They're like, "Oh my god, there's a Kodai, blah blah blah." And I was just running to them. And I was like, "What's happening?" And I had a purple chest, and I was like, I didn't even have a good reaction. I was just like, easy. And I just kept talking about how easy it was.
Easy.
Because I'm really fun to talk to.
I think that's what some people would call spooned. I mean,
yes.
Definitely not the most spooned because it's not a Tebow. Although that
But it's not the Elder Mole, which would have sucked.
Yeah, no, definitely not the worst, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like I get kind of spooned with like good drops. I never get spooned with the craziest drops, and I never get spooned with pets.
Oh,
I mean, Kraken, I got 800, which is
you
good.
kind of got that pretty early.
Really?
I mean, it's 1 out of 3,000.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone gets that 5.
Or at least 1 out of 3,000. I know some people that have gone over 20K on Kraken.
Am I spooned?
Yeah, I think
because
so.
everyone
I think your account in general is kind of spooned.
Everyone kept saying like streamer luck, blah blah blah. You know why I don't feel spooned? It's because I still haven't gotten the Dark Claw, and I'm at 41 kills now.
Okay,
1 out of 25 drop, people.
Okay. She's 40 kills.
41.
Oh,
I got
wow.
41.
Huge.
Yeah. It's so annoying too whenever I talk about everyone's like, "Oh, I have like 5. I'll loan you one." And I'm like, "Stop it. Stop messing with me. I wish you could."
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy you don't have it yet, but it's still not that bad.
Almost double. Do you think I'll make it to double the drop rate?
I don't think that matters though. Like double is like, all right. But it's like if you were like, "Oh, I'm dry on a BCP," it's like if you were double on a BCP, that's still only 1 out of 1,000, which is like, I mean, still
it feels pretty gosh darn uncommon.
No, it definitely feels bad, but it's
it definitely feels bad, yeah.
Just because I guess I've seen like so many other people go like 5, 10, or like 20K dry on certain things, and I'm just
crazy dry. Oh, also, I should do a shout out. Dating was there too for some of the raids.
Yeah,
of course. It was so funny. Everyone was like, "Oh, we kind of don't have anyone," because Dating asked to join. And then showed up in like full Torva and stuff, and they're like, Oh, yeah, we could take one more to crew.
It's like, yeah, I guess we can find some room.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, you guys didn't even want him until he showed up in that high-end gear.
Oh, yeah, if you see someone coming with a scythe and stuff, it's like, all right, well,
Literally, they pulled the scythe and everyone in the show was like, oh my god, he has a scythe.
Yeah.
It was great. I liked it a lot, and I think we're going to go back to Chambers. They were talking about being a Sunday thing. We'll see. I'm supposed to get them all T-bows by the end of the week, but I figure that should be like pretty easy for me.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It's nothing. Whenever I got it, I was like, oh darn, like now it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to get another good drop anytime soon. And then I remembered when you got the enhanced crystal armor seed, like almost back to back at Corrupted.
Yeah. It just happens sometimes. Like you might get a DHCB or a Twisted next, who knows?
I want the pet.
Or like a Din's Bulwark and just cry.
I mean, I'll take what I'll get. Because I've mentioned this a couple of times. I looked at the date and it's in almost exactly 2 months is going to be our 1 year affiliated. So I would like to do another giveaway.
Yeah.
And hopefully they have fixed so the clan houses can have party rooms by then. Spoiler alert for the notes today. They did not mention that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But
it's
yeah,
so important
to
me.
Dreaming, I guess.
I will keep dreaming. Thank you. But I mean, I take whatever I could get. Din's Bulwark is still worth like $1 mil, right?
Split, I guess.
No, they weren't splitting that big drops or that small drops.
Well, it's like I don't remember last time.
Which is funny because I would take them.
Last time I got it it was like 4.5 mil, but I think
they'd probably split that then.
Yeah, I don't know the price of it.
I know there's something for like $1 mil, and they're like, we're just not going to split it.
Oh, it's probably an Arcane.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
because at Chambers it's not much, and it was funny because I was like half joking, half serious, like. Yeah, I'm just spending money. I will take what I can get here.
Yeah, that's so funny. I think everyone obviously anyone that's played before this point like can relate. But I remember when Arcanes were like 10 mil.
I'm pretty sure when I got it was like several.
Yeah, I think I bought mine for like 7 or something like that. And
unfortunate for us.
I bought my decks for like 40 mil, and now like, but I think. That's just how it is, because there's a lot of other people that are like, oh, I remember when I bought my decks for 100 mil. And
I remember when the T-bow was a coin.
What? I don't think it works like that.
No one says that?
No.
Oh. Anyway, what were you saying?
But yeah, it's just always funny how it's like, everyone's like, oh, I remember back when the T-bow was triple max cash or something crazy like that. But
back in my day, we had to walk up and down the GE hill 3 times before we could trade.
To walk backwards to Mount Quiggamortum every time.
I wanted to say the name, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. I was like, Mount Quiggamortum. That's how I say it in my head.
Pretty close.
Yeah, basically that. But
anything else happen?
No, but I did want to say people in our Discord have been getting so lucky with pets.
Nice.
2 people have gotten Sarachnis. Coco got Sarachnis today.
Oh, that's lucky.
Coco, who got Bandos last week, and Gargoyles last week. And then somebody else got the Jad pet, and then somebody got the Abyssal pet. That one was Ivor. Shout out Ivor. I know you listen. I'm not sure if everyone else listens or not, so I won't say names, but if you want pet luck, you should probably join our Discord.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, that's a lot of pets.
That's like about it in RuneScape. I started getting really bored of it last night. Oh my gosh, I feel so embarrassed. I did want to acknowledge this. The other day I was doing fight caves and I was really tired and I low-key started falling asleep, and I feel so embarrassed because I was like,
fight caves is pretty boring.
It's really boring when you're like
it's boring until wave 63. So.
Exactly, yeah. Until like 50, then it picks up a little bit because like all of them are there, but I felt so bad because I was like just saying gibberish. I was like, oh, I'm gonna run out of pots. Bruh, my inventory was completely full. I was just tired and just kind of like talking to myself. No one was talking in the chat, which I think also makes a difference. Like, you're just trying to talk to keep it going. And I wanted to be like, give you all a reminder. I had to be waken up, by the way, by Saint Wraith. Shout out for playing the John Cena jump scare and saying, wake up. That got me going. And just the sheer embarrassment I felt made me be like, oh my God. If you stream and you get tired, take a break, please.
Yeah,
please
or
take
just
a break.
Don't get tired.
Okay, that's hard for me. I need to say this to myself because I started getting a little tired last night too, and I wasn't going to. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go use the restroom and like walk around the apartment a little bit because I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
And it kind of like leads into
do some push-ups or something.
That would make me more tired.
What?
What?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I need to do push-ups if we're supposed to go to do half dome. I need to do something.
Yeah.
But it leads me into last night. I started getting bored doing Slayer because Slayer's all fun and games whenever I have one totem piece, and I'm like, oh, I'm already a third of the way there. But as soon as I don't get the Dark Claw again and I have to start the totem grind all over, it's very demoralizing.
It's sad.
It's sad. And so I ended up stopping that and going and playing Amnesia Dark Descent, which I don't think I mentioned, but I tried playing that last week.
It's a pretty spooky game.
It's very spooky. Last week was spookier, I would say.
Are you glad that you tried it?
I am glad that I tried it, actually. Shout out Annan for gifting me that, because they got as part of their Humble Bundle deal.
Yeah, nice.
And then after that, Unholy showed up, and we played some Phasmo for a little bit. And it was kind of bad timing, because people had come into the chat that I used to play Phasmo with, and were like, oh, come play. But I was looking for a key in Amnesia, and then I think they got tired of waiting and left. And then I found the key right after, and then Unholy showed up, and I started playing Phasmo with Unholy.
So you didn't even want to play with them?
I don't think I'm friends with them on Discord. So I was like, I told them to come back to the chat later and hit me up, because I'd be down. But yeah, I ended up playing with Unholy. And then after that, I ended up playing some Mario Kart with Raph and Pichu in the chat. And then I ended the night by playing Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which if you've ever played that or Ori and the Blind Forest, you don't want to quit playing. It's so hard to quit playing that game.
Yeah, I'm glad I recommended that game. I'm glad you like it.
It's like beautiful. The music is so pretty too. Like sometimes I just listen to music and I just smile because I'm like, I really like this little world.
Yeah.
But
it's a very pretty game.
It's a very pretty game. It was pretty cool though. Yeah, I played like 5 games last night. It was nice. And people were hyping me up, saying I'm like a perfect streamer and stuff. And I was like, stop. But continue.
Yeah. That's cool.
Robert was asleep for all that, but
I was very asleep.
I was feeling myself. I was gonna end the stream at 2. I ended it closer to 3 because everyone was hyping me up. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's been a very good week, and yeah, I quit my job. We already went over that. I am trying to do Instacart. I didn't order one order yesterday, one order today. Today got tipped $20 though, which is insane. I only made $9 $9 on the actual batch order. Like that's how much Instacart paid me.
That's
so
that's
a lot of dollars, a lot of doll hairs.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll start doing more than one order a day, but I'm feeling hopeful between the stream and that. I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna be like all my teeth falling out, just living in poverty soon. I act like I don't live with me, like I can have
teeth don't fall out just from being poor. Like most poor people can afford toothpaste.
Well, you know, the reason I say that is because my wisdom tooth's been hurting me a lot.
Oh yeah.
And what if because wisdom teeth, a lot of them push your other teeth. That's why my bottom teeth are all so crooked.
Yeah, so they'll just
push them out.
They'll just push they'll just push your mouth out of your face.
What if they did?
Yeah, that
wouldn't be funny anymore, would it?
It's not funny at all to begin with.
I could have died.
Are you laughing?
I could have died.
All right,
okay,
yeah,
anyway.
So either way. Yeah, I have not been playing.
How have you been?
Nearly as much.
I've been doing a lot.
Yeah, I have not been playing pretty much nearly at all as far as RuneScape goes.
Oh. Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit yesterday. I was doing a bit of just Rune Dragon stuff on my main. I wasn't even playing on my alt because my alt dropped members and I didn't feel like rebonding it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so I've just been chilling out at Rune Dragons, and it's pretty cool there. I actually ended up dying, funny enough, because man, they can stack you out like really fast sometimes, even with full Justy.
They can. That's why whenever you're like, oh, I could just AFK there, I'm like, in what world?
No, this has only ever happened one time so far in like the dozens of hours that I've been there, and so it's like not really common. Like you're pretty good to AFK there for as long as you have Justy, like for 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Especially because I have 99 defense, so it's really uncommon. But like I looked away because I was doing this AFK, and so I looked away and looked back, and in like the 20 seconds that I was fighting this Rune Dragon, I went from like 80 health to 30, and then to 20, and then 0.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I watched myself lose the last 30 in like 1 second.
That's actually so sad.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And it sucked because it actually kind of costs a lot to reclaim my items because they are worth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it
how much
costs
did it cost?
It costs like $1 or something like that.
At least it wasn't 9 mil.
Yeah, at least it wasn't 9
Yeah,
mil.
the Dagonoth Kings, that was awful.
Yeah, luckily I save the whole Justy whenever I die. So it's just like the weapon and like the ferocious gloves and stuff like that are kind of expensive.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, so it's not the worst, but it still sucks whenever it happens.
It's definitely not a good time.
Yeah, exactly. But just honestly, that's pretty much all I did last week. Like, I really didn't do too much, even on the weekends and stuff like that. And it's mostly because I got
Like, tell them why.
yeah, I kind of got into, well, let me start this out. I didn't do this.
It wasn't his fault. It was his friend's fault.
My friend's fault. So
you're not even having fun.
I think I've even discussed this before in the past, where like Minecraft is a very cyclical game where like eventually
what does cyclical mean?
Like it's like seasonal.
Oh.
Or at least I think that's what that means. Shout out if I'm totally wrong on that one.
Someone's listening like, what the hell?
Yeah. But yeah, so like, well, cyclical means it's like on a cycle. So like every
cyclical.
Yeah, I think that's how
that's how I'd read it. Sickle reminded me of sickle mold.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, this is an actual word. And so yeah, probably like, I don't know, once a year, maybe once every year and a half or 2 years, like one of my friends, because we all play Minecraft to some extent, will like rent a server, or will be like, oh, I kind of feel like playing Minecraft, and they'll rent a server. And it's not too expensive. It's probably like, I don't know, like $50 for a few months or something like that. And so that's what happened this time around. I just logged on one day and they're like, hey, we're playing Minecraft. You should get on. And so I did. And it's cool because like base Minecraft, Michelle's never played, so
I've never played, so I'm just like listening with my eyebrows all furrowed right now, like
yeah, like she didn't even know that you could like attack things in Minecraft. But
I guess it makes sense. Like they have the creepers or something.
Yeah, there's like creepers, skeleton in the base game. There's creepers, skeletons, zombies, little zombies.
Little zombies.
There's like pigmen, which are like zombies, and they're made of pig and they're men. But yeah, so there's a ton of different mobs in the normal game, but this game that we're playing, the reason I'm so intrigued by it is because I played with mods in the past, but I'm playing with a mod pack called All the Mods.
Oh.
It's not literally all the mods, but it's like, several dozen, maybe even hundreds of mods or something like that.
A lot of mods.
It adds like new enemies, and it's just like a ton of new stuff. So it's been fun, like getting into it with all of them. And like every other day, I'm kind of like looking up and researching one particular mod to like fully get into that, and then like move on to the next one the next day. So it's cool. Like I'm just like getting back into it. So I've been playing that a ton, and so that's been really fun. But
like obsessively, he's obsessed.
Yeah, it's not even obsessive. A ton,
no, not obsessively, because you've also been working.
Yeah, I was like a ton as in like the amount of time that I have a day of free time, which is like practically none nowadays.
Back in my day, we used to play Minecraft all the time.
Yeah.
So, oh god, you probably used to play for like 20 hours at a time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like nowadays, like a ton is like I played for 2 hours yesterday. Like that was a ton.
I mean, you only have like 3 hours of free time before you go to bed. It feels like.
Yeah, pretty much.
His schedule right now is not what his schedule is going to be next week. So we're just like vibing at the moment.
But I mean, either way, between like work and like studying and then like playing video games, it's just like not a lot of time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Shout out to all my working homies out there.
Shout out to whenever Michelle takes off as a streamer and I'll be providing for you. And you're going to get to play Minecraft all the time.
Yeah, if you could hurry that up, that'd be nice.
Twitch.tv/Bunebape. Robert needs to play Minecraft more.
But either way, yeah, work's been going really well too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. And, he did not quit yet.
No, I have not quit yet.
You've worked one more shift than me now, right?
I don't know, probably. No, nice. I've worked like 5. Yeah, so I guess so.
Look, you're beating me.
Well,
wow.
Yeah, that's obvious. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool though. Not a ton of updates as far as like all that goes, but
you're having a good time.
Yeah, good time.
Nice. And we have pizza on the way.
Oh, okay. Shout out pizza.
Shout out pizza.
But as far as updates go, I think that is going to be about it. We'll wrap it up there, and we can move on to our first of many updates for this week.
Okay. So
is going to be yeah, sorry to cut you off, but it is going to be the group Iron Man stuff.
I was going to say that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, I was going to read this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Group Iron Man changes and Group Boss Bash. Featuring our neighbor's dog.
Yeah, he's a good dog.
He's actually very cute. I can't be upset. We want talkative dogs. It's okay.
Yeah.
Since the release of Group Iron Man last year, we've seen hundreds of thousands of players take on the challenges of playing alone together. You've teamed up, taken on some menacing foes, and shared your resources to progress your accounts to new heights in Old School's latest game mode. What a blast it's been so far. You should all pat yourselves on the back for the hard work you've put in. That was me patting myself on the back.
Yeah, she's actually patting herself on the back. Please help me.
What? It's been really lonely with Robert at work during the day. Earlier this year, we introduced some further Group Iron Man improvements. Post-launch changes included our group storage expansion, overhaul, teleport shards, tweaks to the existing player housing system, and more. Some of you might also remember that we floated the idea of tradable items trading between group members. Our aim was to increase the most accessibility for teams and with less available playtime. However, we've been unable to get a clear consensus on the idea, and based on feedback, we've decided not to take it forward. In the meantime, following a quick health check on the group Iron experience, we've been cooking up ways we can offer groups more autonomy in how they want to play the game. Whether...
Right. I was going to say, do you think that's a good idea? That they decided not to do the untradeable thing?
I really didn't care.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't really feel that type of competitiveness with, like, anyone in RuneScape, you know? I know some people do.
Yeah.
They're like, you're cheating, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. So I was like, whatever. It's kind of like a completely different game mode. Well, I mean, someone would still have to do it.
I also feel like it kind of wouldn't, like, matter for us, like you said, because, like, we're not, like super into our GIMs. Well, even if we were, I don't think this would matter, because it's not like I'm gonna be like, all right, cool, I farmed out the fire cape and you farmed out the pest control, we'll just like swap whenever we're on task or something. Like, I don't think I don't think we would ever be like that serious about it.
And if we ever were, like, honestly, I'd probably like it.
I think if you are that serious about it, you're probably just also fine with, like, doing the grind.
Yeah. But I know there's a lot of people who are like, easy escape. Having to hate your life while playing games is part of the fun.
That's kind of the point of GIM, though, right? It's, like, supposed to be easy.
I thought it was supposed to be, like, easier low-key.
Yeah.
Because they're, like...
Well, it is, because it's just Iron Man, but you can trade.
Yeah, so, I mean, might as well just make the untradables tradable.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, but, I was just wanted to see what you thought about that.
I don't have a strong feeling any type of way, but I know that some people are, like, really weird about things being too easy in their mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, someone would still have to do it. Anyway, a common frustration we've seen from players since launch concerns the lack of flexibility when forming and swapping groups. Dedicated groups might experience burnout, resulting in one or two members becoming inactive over time, which can eventually cause them to disband. Whatever the reason for this, we understand. You might decide that playing as a group isn't for you, real life may choose to interfere, or frankly, you might just be sick of your team. We've been there.
Okay.
They said that, not me.
I know, tell me about... No, not you, but yeah, it's like, all right, whoever's writing this, like, all right, let's calm down.
Which one of the old mods are they talking about? Is this you and Alfresco talking about me? Yeah. You're like, Michelle's really not pulling her weight.
Yeah, you, like, never log on.
You never log on.
Well, even in the beginning, you never logged on.
Okay.
Now we're divorced.
We're not even married.
Exactly.
Either way, if one or two members of a group become inactive, the current system presents existing members with a rather difficult choice. Either continue the journey as a group, completing the high scores without the much-needed assistance of inactive team members, or kick the inactive members. If your group is struggling, you'll be able to invite a new member, but they must start a brand new GIM account and you face the loss of prestige status.
Yep.
There's currently no available option to join a different GIM team or invite an existing GIM into your team. If you'd like to continue playing on GIM account with no group, you'll need to make a new one, which only new accounts can join or become a regular account. At launch, you expressed valid concerns about the system because of these restrictions. It's important to remember that the system was intentionally designed this way because it protects against the potential for boosting services. We are especially cautious about this during the design phase, as this all affects high scores and in turn game mode integrity. However, change is needed because we recognize that the current system is not sustainable for many groups, especially those who just wanted to play group Iron Man with their friends. There's a valid need for existing GIM players to change groups, or existing GIM groups to fill their spot with someone more suitable. So, what's changing? We'd like to propose an alteration to the existing rule structure. We'll allow existing GIM accounts to group up. In exchange, the group would be classified as unranked, meaning it would be no longer tracked on the group Iron Man high scores. Introducing unranked group Iron Man.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I think it's kind of cool.
Maybe reading out loud will help clarify it to me, but I read it earlier and I was like, I don't really see the point.
So it seems like...
So people could join your group, I guess.
Yeah, so it kind of just seems like the people that would make the most ruckus, or at least what I would think would be the case, would be the people that are like most competitive and like are trying to go for top rank or just rank somewhere that they care about on the high score.
Yeah.
And so obviously they wouldn't want boosting services to be like, all right, cool. Here's your new like 99 account with a site that you paid like $1,000 for.
Okay, now I'm kind of getting it. I didn't think about, because I was like, why would they make it so you can't do high scores? Like,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't care about high scores.
Yeah, most people don't care about high scores.
Okay, yeah, no. Now I get it.
Then for them, obviously they'd be like, I don't care about high scores. I just want to play with people that are active, and so I'm gonna make an unranked one because, like I said,
Yeah, we've already lost our prestige.
Yeah, we did. Well,
yep, someone left Ninja.
No, that doesn't lose your prestige. It's if you group with someone else.
And then we let Sandy in.
No, it's if you group with someone else.
Oh, like we individually?
Yeah. So we lost our group prestige, but not our individual prestige.
But Ninja lost their individual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you leave the original group, then you lose your original.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So there's a regular account, ranked GIM, and then unranked GIM, and so it kind of just seems like exactly how it would be for like any other games that have. So like this is really common in like League of Legends or like Apex Legends, like games that have a competitive mode where like your rank counts and you actually care like about other people and their ranks as well, and you want them to care about yours. Whereas unranked is just like, oh, I'm just here to like have a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of what it seems like. I mean, obviously,
in that case, I like it. Then
I haven't read it all, but that's just kind of what it seems like.
Unranked Group Iron Man is a subcategory of Group Iron Man and would allow players to invite and accept group invitations from other unranked GIM. Should you find yourself wanting to join a new group on an existing GIM account or to invite a new member to your group, you'll be able to seamlessly convert your GIM status to unranked, allowing you to invite and accept invitations from other unranked GIM, solving the issue described above. Voila! They wrote that, not me.
Yeah.
In return for the additional flexibility that See, I just want to read as ultimate. This is UGIM, unranked GIM offers. The group is removed from the GIM high scores, freeing you from the shackles of competing with other groups. But please note, once this change is made, you will not be able to revert your status back to ranked. It's just a one-way street. Under the new unranked GIM rules, a group that invites an experienced player will become an unranked group, lose prestige status if applicable. This will remove any trade restrictions within their group, lose hardcore status if applicable, be removed from the group iron high scores, and every member is removed too.
Oh, dang. So you can't... Well, I mean, I guess hardcore is like the most hardcore version of...
I don't know why you can't do hardcore in unranked. It's kind of weird to me.
No, I guess that makes sense because unranked is like the easiest mode that it can be while being an Iron Man.
I guess they could technically just make up their own hardcore rules and see how long they could go.
I guess, but I feel like the reason people are on hardcore is because they want to play the game as hard as you possibly can.
That's
because
fair.
That is the mode that is.
It's literally called hardcore.
and it's harder than any... Well, as far as death mechanics, it's harder than any other
I was gonna be like, I
account
think
type
Ultimate
in the game.
seems harder.
Yeah, well, I think
for
Ultimate
death,
is
though.
more like tedious. I think
Ultimate seems so hard.
I think hardcore is harder just because there's like so much stuff that you have to be like on your game for.
Do you know how many small things have killed me over time? You know how many unicorns killed me?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I died like within the first 10 minutes of playing the game to a cow or something like that. Like legit, that's how I died.
It does say that every member is removed too, but it also says players will still be able to see their individual high scores as if they were a main account. They just won't display any changes in their group.
Oh, okay.
And it says if you're looking to form a new unranked group, you'll be able to invite any type of GIM, provided they're willing to become an unranked player. The group will be as unranked from the start, and it will not show up the GIM high scores at all. Unranked groups cannot be prestige or hardcore.
Yep.
If you leave an existing group, you may also choose to convert your status to unranked GIM. You can do this via a third option available upon leaving the group. In the interface pictured above, there will be pictures in the notes on YouTube. Links, to take you to the notes.
Yeah, there's
Love
links
this.
to all the news articles we're going
For
over.
my talking. We offer the choice between remaining a GIM and downgrading to a main account. The option converts your status to an unranked GIM. This is non-reversible. You cannot revert your status back to rank once you become unranked, so be very, very sure, you guys. The option will remove you on the GIM high scores. However, your progress will still be visible on the regular high scores, and the process does not remove your items. There will be no trade restrictions or kill count requirements for unranked groups. Rest assured, we'll give you sufficient warnings if you're about to join an unranked group or if your group's about to become one. Keep an eye out for these if you decide to invite new players. We're looking forward to hearing what you think about this, and they want to introduce it by May 25th, so hit them up immediately if you have any concern.
That's only 1 week from making this.
Less than a week when this episode comes out.
Yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be only 6 days until they decide to make this change or not.
And we're always a little slow on YouTube, so if you're listening on YouTube right now, it's happening today. Hit them up.
It's actually next month if you're watching this on YouTube.
Stupid. So the next part is the Group Iron Boss Bash, which I think sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, I have no idea what this would be.
In order for the Group Ironman mode to shine, we want to promote group activities as they help to facilitate teamwork and group play. That's the essence of what being a Group Ironman is. So they decided to get creative to try and encourage some group content, and they've created a small-scale raffle for various GIMs to group together, and I said that myself as a little pun, and take on some formidable foes.
Nice.
This raffle is going to see players earn points over 2 weeks for taking on various bosses in the game. It's exclusive to Group Ironman, but is available to all and any types of groups, which could be like unranked, ranked, and hardcore. Since this is a brand new idea, they want to keep this raffle exclusive to GIM for now. However, they are very open to the idea of holding more like these for any account in the future.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. It seems like they really want people to start playing their GIMs again.
Which this actually makes me want to. It's unfortunate because not everyone could do it, though.
Yeah.
It's a raffle to enter and then you win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go over it a little bit more.
And it doesn't seem like that many people actually win, but no. Yeah, keep going.
So explaining a little bit how it works, points are awarded during a 2-week period for killing various bosses in game, and they include a table of like how much tickets you're going to get for everything, and if you're going to be alone or with a group. And
it seems like the bosses go from stuff as easy as Temporos and Wintertot all the way up to Chambers and Theater.
Most stuff is like 1 or 2 points. Barbarian Assault's 10. It's the same as normal chamber mode.
That's crazy. That's probably definitely the fastest way to get tickets.
It depends how fast you're. Some groups, remember when we first did Barbarian Assault, some groups take like an hour and a half.
I think if you are like relatively knowing what you're doing, it's like, I don't know.
So we'd kill it.
It's like 20 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is still probably faster than your average chambers run unless you're like experienced at that.
I know, I would definitely, if I do this, I'll probably just do Barbarian Assault, because I like it too.
Or you could do Volcano. Those are fast
Volcano's really fun. Volcano's only 3 points, but they're really quick, and you could go to the Master World probably.
Yeah, and you could solo them.
Yeah, but let me read how it's going to work more. So these points are going to hold no in-game value, cannot be traded, and would only be available for the duration of the raffle. And they think this could provide a fun reason to log in with your friends, encouraging your buddies to take down some bosses with you. At the end of the 2-week period, we'll randomly pick 10 lucky groups and award them with membership. We'll choose these randomly because we don't want players feeling pressured to be online 24/7. However, groups will see an increased chance of winning the more points they've accumulated. The below table shows how many points can be won by participating in the group activities, as well as whether they'll be awarded to a single player or to the whole group.
Oh, I think that's kind of a big deal.
So, like for Barbarian Assault, it's reward to everybody. It's 10 points to everybody. Is that 10 points to each person, you think, or to the group?
Wait, for what? Barbarian Assault says single player no, so it would be to the whole group.
10 points total?
I don't know, it doesn't say
Yeah, it doesn't. Total. It's kind of tricky there. Is it 10 points each or 10 points total?
I don't think so, because it specifies for Sarachnis, for example, because it says you'll get 1 point for Sarachnis, and it says single player yes, and it says a single player who received loot. So, to answer your question, it wouldn't be multiple people. It would just be the one player that got loot. Okay. So I'm guessing Barbarian Assault would work in the opposite. So every player would get 10.
If so, we're doing that. So the raffle is going to kick off on May 25th to keep the GIM hype going. And they're also happy to discuss any questions or feedback we have on their live stream, which happened 5 days ago. Oh my gosh, this note must have come out right after we recorded last week.
It did. I think it came out on the 12th.
So in order to participate, you're going to need to register your group for the challenge. Registration is very simple and happens in-game. There'll be a button on the GIM settings menu where you can click to sign up, so you don't need to visit any web links. Simply click the button and you can get to slaying. But do know that when you've signed up, there will be a need to temporarily disable some group features, such as leaving group and changing the group name. But like they said, it's only going to be for a couple weeks. Probably only like 1 more week now because we read this so late.
Yeah.
But still, I think it sounds pretty fun.
It doesn't start until the 25th, so.
Oh, yeah. I thought that meant the raffle is going to get drawn on the 25th.
No, it says, I think it because they're doing the changes on the 25th as well. Mm-hmm. So I think they want to start it on the 25th.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I read that very differently.
Yeah.
They did also have like a little feedback survey if anyone wants to say their thoughts on this. But here, let me tell you all why you're also going to want to do this. Robert, this is going to make you want to do it.
I am not going to want to do this almost regardless, but tell me why.
The prizes. After the 2-week raffle, they are going to pick 10 winning groups. Each individual in the group will be granted 1 year of membership, and one of these lucky groups is going to be given a lifetime membership for all of their members. That's insane.
That's cool.
That's so... I didn't want to do this until I read that, and then I was imagining never having to buy another bond again in my life. I mean, except for giveaways.
Yeah, I was like, you'd still buy them.
But still, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It'd be super unlikely because we have to beat out all these other groups. Or actually, we have to randomly get chosen amongst these groups, and then we have to beat out the other ones.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're randomly chosen with a bunch of people who are really bad at the game... I love Barbarian Soul. I could stay there all day. Oh, wait, funny. No way I could do Volcano. I'd have to do Song of the Elves and stuff to get that done.
Yeah.
It'd be a Barbarian Assault kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll contact winners in game to arrange prize giving and ensure the memberships they've won is applied to their desired account. So that makes me think that you could also choose which account.
Yeah, of course.
And I could put it on my main.
Yeah, because, you wouldn't necessarily have to put it on your GIM if you don't want to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this actually. If we can't reach you in a good amount of time, we'll apply membership on the account used to register in the raffle. So if you don't tell them what you want, they will just put it on your GIM.
That's funny.
Can you imagine winning the lifetime? Like being on vacation so you don't get like the message and then coming back and they're like, oh, yeah, you just got given to your GIM that you made last week.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I guess this is my new main.
That's cool.
So just a quick little summary. The GIM rule changes are going to come into effect on May 25th, pending feedback. They want to run the GIM exclusive raffle on the 25th for a duration of 2 weeks, pending feedback. The raffle is exclusive to GIM, but they are open to doing it to more accounts in the future. And they're starting with GIM because they want to trial the idea first and see how it goes. Feedback and questions were answered last week on May 13th. And I don't even know if you can fill out the survey anymore because they already answered this.
Yeah.
So cut that whole little survey part out. And if required, they're going to be updating this blog following feedback. They did not update it though, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, or that just no one gave feedback.
Yeah, or because they kind of put out at a random time. Like, who would have even known about it?
Yeah, I don't know. It was
after last week's update, before this week's. But I think it's pretty cool.
I think it is okay.
I could go and sign us up, and we don't even have to play, and maybe we'll just randomly get chosen.
No, because you have to get raffles. How would we get raffles if we didn't play?
No, it says they randomly choose, but the more raffles you have, the higher chance you have.
I know, but I feel like you have to have at least one raffle in order to get into the group.
I'll get us one raffle.
Okay.
And then they'll be like, oh my god, I hate that this group Bunebape just won. They only have one ticket.
That'd actually be hilarious.
They'd be like, wait, they're all free to play and they have one?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, give me my lifetime bond.
That'd be so funny.
And then, okay, if we did get chosen, I'd be like, we're all going hardcore immediately.
Yeah. I don't know. This is kind of cool, but also kind of lame. Like,
Why kind of lame?
I'll tell you. Because I think it's cool. Like, I think it's okay. Like, the general idea.
You can't even call it cool.
No, I can't. Because the general idea is interesting, where it's like you go and do bosses with people. But the thing is, almost all of these do not require another player. Like Zalcano, Wintertot, Temporos, Barbarian Assault, Seracnus.
I mean, a lot
KVD,
of those you could do with people.
DKs. Oh, I guess DKs.
Temporos, Wintertot, Zalcano, Barbarian Assault.
No, you can do it with people, no doubt. But I'm saying, like, to get stuff that you would, like, need players. Like, if I was like, oh, I need you to come do Temporos, you'd be like, why do you need me to come do Temporos?
I think that they're just trying to get people to play on their accounts more.
No, obviously. I'm just saying, I think there's, like, probably better ways they could have done this, but God Wars for sure. That's just better in a group.
Yes.
Like DKs is probably better in a group. Nightmare for sure. Next Corp, Chambers, and Theater, of course. And so I don't know. Like those make sense, but like all the other ones, I guess, are kind of just like shoe-ins for lower level players, which would be me included.
We would like literally out of all these, only people do Barbarian Assault anyway.
Yeah.
Because we don't have everything done for everything else.
No, I could do Wintertot and You stopped playing a long time ago.
Yeah, we could do Wintertot.
I could do a lot of stuff.
Wintertot, Temporos, and Barbarian. But Barbarian obviously rewards the most points.
Yeah. But, yeah, either way, I don't know. It seems cool. feel like they could have done a better job at making this. Kind of seems like someone invented this in like a couple days or something.
All right, well, I'm going to enter the raffle, and if we get chosen as one of the 10, will you play?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
well,
thing
you didn't
that
sound
is
very sure,
like
there.
this seems okay. The thing that's lame is it's only 10 groups.
I think that's a bummer.
I'm all like,
and because you get randomly chosen too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I like the randomly chosen because you know there's some people who work.
Because then like all the grinders would be like have a better chance, but not like a guaranteed chance. And so that's cool.
I wish it was for everyone.
Yeah.
And then maybe they could just choose 10 no, because then it would also be the hard groups.
10 groups is not that many people. That is 40 people.
That's depressing.
Well, how many is it? Can you do 5 per group?
You could do 5, so 50.
50 people at most.
And they were talking about hundreds of thousands playing it.
At most. And so there's going to be groups of one person that win. Like, there probably
I'm
will
making
be.
multiple group iron accounts.
And then the thing is, like, it's cool to give that one group that crazy prize, but also, like, that's kind of, like, I'd rather them not do that and just pick more people.
Like, maybe have smaller prizes. Like, maybe have the grand prize be a year membership.
Yeah, because, okay, so...
And then have smaller prizes be, like, a month.
If they give one person 1 year of membership, that is obviously 12 memberships that they could have given out to someone else or a different group or something. It just seems kind of lame that there's only 10. Like, it should be, like, they should 10x that and be 100 groups.
Even if it's 100 groups, that's actually
it doesn't
nothing.
It doesn't cost them anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just for one account. It's not like...
Hopefully this goes well. Like, they were talking about doing more in the future. Hopefully they'll, like, expand it more. Because it sucks. It sucks how they started out by being, like, tens of thousands of people have been playing it. Or hundreds of thousands. And they're like, so we're choosing 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. It's very unlikely, but I'm going to try.
Yeah. Overall, I'm, like, iffy on the whole thing.
I would love to get a lifetime membership, though. That would be really cool.
The one thing... Yeah. That'd be really
that'd be
cool.
so cool.
The one thing that I like most about this entire thing is that it is random.
I like that's random, yeah, because otherwise the 10 biggest GIM groups would just immediately get chosen.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But it does kind of suck that if they get chosen as one of the 10 random, you know you're not going to get that lifetime.
Yeah.
But you can still get a year.
It'd be cool. But, yeah, I don't know.
Getting a lifetime membership would be the coolest thing to ever happen to me, I think.
Okay, let's calm down. There's plenty of other things you can do in your life that's cooler.
Name one.
Hiking to the top of Yosemite.
I'm already going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully. We'll see. I haven't been working out at all. I'm weak. I'm going to fall off.
Yeah, either way, let us know what you think about this
yes.
little
raffle.
Yeah.
The boss bash.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. I feel like they could have...
I think that there should be more teams. Now that you said that, I think there should be.
I feel like there should have been more teams, and I feel like they should have restructured this. Like I said, it seems like kind of like they just threw this together in like one afternoon session. I feel like they could have done it where like you and your group get like a currency for killing certain bosses, and then you could spend that currency on something.
That'd be cool.
And I feel like that'd be way cooler because then it would like reward the
you
group
need
for
to be there for their game jams.
I don't know, dude. It just doesn't seem like
you
the
know
best
what I
rewards.
did like though is that it kind of reminds me of some people in our chat play like bingos and stuff where they like given stuff to do.
Yeah,
I like that part of it.
Those are cool.
That you could go and like earn points at certain bosses only. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It seems fun. I feel like every time I say stuff like this, because it seems fun. I've never tried it though. I feel like Michael Scott in The Office where he's like, I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday. Every time I say something cheesy like that, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
anyway.
Yeah, so as far as that goes, that's about it. But moving on to the Tomb of a Mascot reward changes. This blog post came out 5 days ago on the 13th of May. And this is actually really interesting and relatively exciting. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
So yeah,
What's Tombs of a Mascot?
Yeah, this is probably like the 30 or 40th time we've talked about Tomb of a Mascot rewards. But there has been some incredibly big changes coming with this patch. Overall, we've talked about the rewards and how I think a lot of people kind of felt like there wasn't one big chase item in the raid. Like there was some
Like there wasn't a Tebow.
Exactly. That is literally what a lot of people were talking about. And they even say that they know that with the rewards passing, some of you felt as if we'd missed the mark with some of the rewards offered within the tomb. There was a feeling amongst the team and the community that some rewards could be tweaked to be improved. And we've seen some great suggestions for additional rewards.
It's not a boss fight. It's a raid. Like it should have some like crazy rewards because
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be super hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, especially if you turn up with all the mutators or whatever they're calling it.
Oh.
So today we're presenting you with an alternative proposal for a reward, a tweak to a reward, and a brand new reward. So there's going to be three things in this post. So the first thing is absolutely crazy, and this is going to be a reinvented item called Shadow of Tumekin.
Oh.
So this used to be what was the Heka of Tumekin, which is the...
That's hecka cool.
Yeah, I think that was the one that had the altering attack speeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was the new wand essentially. So what they're talking about changing it with is they even say in the first paragraph, like we talked about earlier, one of the biggest comparisons made during the polling process between tombs and other raids is that there's no standout item, i.e. the Twisted Bow or the Scythe of Viter.
Yeah, the two things we just said.
Yeah, so those are two huge things. Obviously, best in slot melee, best in slot ranged.
We all want it.
Shout out to the beeping outside.
We have so many noises here. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys love it?
So, obviously, those are some really big, still even to this day, highly desirable items. And that's
I would like those really bad.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes those raids more or less iconic, is because of those rewards being
they
so
have
crazy.
Best in slot stuff.
Yeah. So this
better be a best in slot mage.
It is. It is insane. Oh. So this new item is called Shadow of Tumekin, and it is a two-handed magic staff. It is a charged staff similar to other charged staffs like the
Sanguinesti. Tridents.
The Sanguinesti and all the tridents, where you cannot use it in PvE or PvP, only in PvM, so make sure to keep that in mind.
Okay.
But this is a crazy item. This is the new mage weapon. It's proposed to, like I said, replace the Heka.
Mm-hmm.
So the proposed stats is 35 magic attack, 20 magic defense with 1 prayer and a 5 attack rate. The thing that is crazy about it is that the special effects allow it so that when the Shadow of Tumekin is equipped, magic strength from gear is tripled. This effect is capped at a total of 100% of your magic strength. And on top of that, when this is equipped, magic accuracy from gear is also tripled.
Okay, just you reading the stats, I was like, yeah, this sounds good, but this isn't like Tebow good.
Yeah.
Now it is.
So that is crazy. You charge it with soul and chaos runes. So
cheaper ones.
Yeah, relatively cheap.
They're probably going to go up in price.
Yeah, absolutely. So this staff is, of course, going to have a 5 cycle attack rate, just like I said earlier, and again, is only in PvM. As far as the base max hit calculations, it is going to be your magic level divided by 3 plus 1. So it's going to have a base of 34 with max mage. And if you actually have max mage, of course, it'll be much higher because you'll have the tripling of all your mage gear.
I want it.
Yeah, so it is
I want it real bad.
Crazy. They're saying that they wanted to add this because magic isn't really used against very high or even moderate defense enemies because it's kind of hard to get your accuracy that high.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're hopefully trying to mitigate that more or less with this. And so they even have a drop-down chart showing which, depending on which enemy you're fighting, what would be the best in slot between ranged, best in slot, melee, and mage.
Oh, this is fun. So like Zilliana, Kriara, Abyssal Portal, Calphite Queen Flying, and Krill would all be better with the staff now.
Yeah, so the staff, or max mage rather, would be best in slot at all of those bosses she just said, which is crazy because Commander Zilliana has been dominated by the Twisted Bow farmers for a very long time.
Yeah, now it's going to get surpassed by this new item maybe.
Yeah, and also Kriara has been farmed by Chinchompas since the beginning of time. So it's kind of crazy.
I like that the Twisted Bow's not even number 1 there.
Yeah, and it's also nice because even in the bosses that it loses on, as in the worst DPS,
it's still pretty good.
It's still pretty good. So like even demonic gorillas, I don't know why you'd bring such an expensive item at demonics, but
for fun.
Yeah, even then it's still not too far behind, only 1 DPS behind, and at other places like Alchemical Hydra, clearly the Twisted Bow is still just insane there, and magic is just not good. So it still has its place, which is really cool.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's probably all technically better than what I'm using whenever I go.
Yeah. And they do
Sure, it's better than a blowpipe.
They do say that this is obviously not like ideal for everyone and not really feasible for everyone, because this is they tested all this using max mage, max melee, and max range. And of course,
it's just an idea.
They're saying that you would only get numbers like this if you were wearing max mage, because obviously if you have fewer mage switches,
the bonus is smaller and smaller.
The bonus is smaller and smaller, precisely. So it's going to be doing less damage. So it's really not only, but obviously much more advantageous if you are planning on going full mage at a boss.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. You can like change it up and do that, and that's going to be the first poll question, is whether you want this in the game as it is.
So far, I'm voting yes until I see the other options.
Yeah, it seems kind of cool.
Seems pretty cool. I bet it would also look sick.
I hope so.
A two-handed staff. I don't know why, but I imagine like massive.
Yeah, and it's also called Shadow of Tumikin, so hopefully it's
like super emo.
Yeah, and I know you're into like really weird stuff like that.
Anytime Robert sees stuff with skulls, he's like, "Do you like that?"
And she does.
Wait, you know what's funny? His parents, whenever we were barely together, his parents were like, "What does Michelle like to ask for Christmas presents?" And he told them she likes skulls. So they got me a cardigan with skulls on it. It's very comfortable. Still wears it. I wear it in the morning as a pajama thing. Yeah. But I can't believe you just told them she likes skulls.
Yeah, she does.
It's not wrong.
The next item is going to be Osmumtin's Fang. So this is the...
Can I also give you a shout out for pronouncing all this stuff on your first try?
Yeah.
You guys won't know, but behind the scenes, I was messing up a lot reading earlier. And you're just like one-shotting it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I couldn't say consensus. See?
Consensus.
That I had to say like 7 times. Robert even was like, say it.
Yeah. So the Osmumtin's Fang is kind of like a weird niche weapon, but essentially what their goal is to create a competitive, high accuracy weapon in order to create a new design space of high defense monsters without being overly frustrating to kill. So this is the weapon that would essentially make it so that you can't hit zeros, but you also can't hit your true maximum, and that if you want to hit your true maximum, that is its special attack. So that doesn't seem to have changed at all. What did change is the general damage curve of the weapon. So essentially, the biggest change to this weapon is that the Fang's ability to double roll on accuracy, and this is their words. This makes it more accurate than the previous version of the Fang, and achieves its goal of being a highly accurate weapon more effectively. In order to balance this, they're reducing the melee accuracy to 105, which was previously 175, and the strength to 103, which was previously 115. So they have a damage curve looking at the differences between its damage against the Garazi Rapier against enemies with higher defense. And for instance, its average damage against a 40,000 effective defense enemy was just around 6 damage per second. But with its new higher accuracy rolling mechanic, it's closer to around 7 damage per second, which doesn't seem like a lot, but 1 damage per second in RuneScape is kind of a big deal.
And I think that this is also one of those things that if you see the chart, it makes more sense. Having to explain charts out loud's not fun.
Yeah. So, and to put it into layman's terms, it'll be doing more damage against higher defense enemies with the way that it is now. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of what they wanted to obviously fit this weapon into. So
I'm about to change it.
Yeah. As far as the next item, and of course that's poll question number 2, is whether you want that. And the next item I think is really cool, and I actually saw this on Reddit, so I wonder if they actually got it from there or if they got actual requests from this. But this is going to be a new untradeable item, so pretty uncommon to have untradeable items from raids.
Yeah.
And so this is the Thread of Elidinus, and it's going to require 60 crafting, and this is going to add 1 additional rune slot pouch onto your rune pouch.
4 runes?
Yeah, so for everyone that doesn't know, a rune pouch normally can only hold 3 runes, 16,000 each, and this will add 1 additional slot, and it is untradeable.
I don't know why this is huge.
Yeah, this is really, really cool, because there's a lot of times where you can fit your teleport runes, but not your teleport and your high alch runes.
I was just going to say, how it is now, I could teleport to all, like, Lumbridge, Valley, Varrock, Camelot, but I can't bring high alch.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I have to choose. I'm like, all right, well, which teleport's the most important?
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. They did specify saying that it is not going to be on the rare drop table, And so you can get it fairly easily from what it seems like.
Okay, yes, please. Everyone, please vote yes. Please.
Yeah, so this
we need
seems
something to get this rune pouch bigger.
pretty cool. You'll also be able to degrade the rune pouch. Let's say, for instance, if you want to go into the wilderness and you don't want to die with this, then yeah, you can take it off, I guess.
Oh, so you can just save it for later.
Yeah, that's what it seems like they said.
Cool.
And also, you can't obviously have this rune pouch and the old rune pouch. That just would be too broken. So
it would just be one rune pouch still. You'd have 4 spaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's...
Dude, is this what you were talking about earlier? He was reading. He was like, whoa, that's crazy.
No, I was saying that about the staff.
Oh, okay. The staff's also crazy.
Yeah. And so poll number 3 is whether you want the bag in the game, allowing you to hold 4 different types of runes.
Please vote yes. It's so helpful for Slayer and Clue Scrolls.
Yeah. The final thing on this list is, I think, pretty cool, and I do hope it passes, but is going to be called the Breach of the Scarab. This is a special jewel that you can put into the Karis Partisan. All the other jewels are limited to the raid itself, being effective only there. This is the one jewel you can take out of the raid and still be effective. It is untradeable and provides you 33% more accuracy against Calphites, Scarabs, and Beetles.
Jeez, that's significant.
Yeah, so it'll be really good potentially at, obviously, the Queen. So that'll be really interesting to see how that works if that passes.
I'll vote yes on that too.
Yeah. So that is about it for that one.
And then we are going to be moving on to the assistance, maintenance, and downtime. So they are continuing the May maintenance. The last one happened today, actually. It happened at 2... What time was it here? 11:30 BST. I don't know. It happened very early in the morning here.
I think it's +8, so it was around 7:30.
No, it's back 8. They're ahead of us.
It's back 8. Yeah, never mind. Jesus.
The last few, they've actually been the last few days. May 16th, 17th, 18th all saw one. But it seems like there's only one more left on May 25th, 10 o'clock BST. And it says that payment systems are going to be unavailable. So it seems like some other stuff will still be working. But I also thought it was cool because May 7th, not cool, but May 17th, there was one. And you were unable to log in or world hop. And I was online for that, and somebody in the chat was unable to like log back in because they hopped worlds, and I was like, nobody let me hop worlds. I'm not logging out. Yeah. I was like scared to AFK or something to use the restroom low key because I was like, I don't want to get logged out.
Yeah, so if you plan on like weirdly lining up with and then like running out of, let's say, bond time.
In this 30-minute period on the 25th.
On the 25th at 10
You're out of luck.
Then you should probably rebond like before that.
It's only supposed to take 30 minutes though.
Yeah. That's it as far as the maintenance goes. And to finish things off, we have a shorter than normal patch for this week, which is just going to be the Pulse 76 improvements. So not a ton going on here.
It doesn't look like much was added.
No, not really. But one thing that is pretty cool is everyone that hates Hellhounds because they don't drop anything except for clue scrolls, then now you can get ensouled heads from them. So
yay! I like doing ensouled heads.
Yeah, so they'll be worth 1,200 per XP, and you got to be expert tier in reanimation.
Oh, that's another thing. I got my prayer to 89.
Nice.
Not even actively trying to do it. I was just using the Ash Linked Fire.
Oh, that's cool. Any reanimated Hellhounds you kill will work both for the Slayer task and the Soul Bearer.
Oh, I didn't know they worked for tasks.
And fun fact, since Cerberus is technically a Hellhound, she can also drop these heads.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Another thing that's going to be big for our crafters out there is smithing and jewel crafting interfaces. Now remember the last item you crafted and outline and it outlines it with a shiny highlight. So this is really cool if you're crafting jewelry. Obviously, smithing as it does now, if you're like smithing steel, it'll remember that. But now if you're smithing necklaces, like ruby necklaces, it'll remember that as well.
Every time you come back, they're like, hello, this is the first time I've ever seen you. Yeah. What do you want to make?
It's like, who are you again? But yeah, so that's really cool. Another really nice quality of life stuff for, especially if you like to tick teaks, is going to be the fairy ring that is just randomly sprouted out in the north of the Isle of Souls now.
Yes, I know I don't play it, but this will be great for my GIM whenever I start playing it again.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. Speaking of Soul Wars, they also increased the XP rates. So they buffed all of the attack, strength, defense, and HP by 6 XP per token. They also increased range and magic by 5 XP per token and prayer by 2 XP per token. So hopefully this puts it in line with what the original poll said it would have been. So apparently it's been a little bit lower than what it should have been.
And it is playable in every world now.
Yeah. And lastly, NPCs in the fight caves are now visible at further distance.
That's
Thank
good.
God, dude. That is so
That was
annoying.
happening to me the other day. I was like frantically looking around like, where's the orange chat?
I know, it's like I can see the opposite wall, but I'm getting hit by nothing.
I know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's really cool. Besides that, there were quite a few fixes for mobile. So if you are a mobile user and there's been a bug that you've been really annoyed about, then maybe go check this out, because I'm not going to list them. There's like 15 of them here.
There's random stuff like highlighting things, mostly.
Yeah, some of them are effective for Android or iOS or Steam only. So make sure to go there if you are interested in those changes.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the last bigger change was a change to the True Parchment, and in regards to how it works with the Void Knight equipment and the Dragon Defender and Rune Defenders, along with the Leagues versions of all of these things.
What is this? What does this do?
So the Trooper Parchment, for anyone that doesn't know, saves your gear so it doesn't get broken like it normally would with untradeable gear.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, so now in terms of its behavior, it's changed. So if an item is locked, it'll show parentheses L next to it. And then upon death, you'll receive, the PKer will receive the value of the True Parchment and the ornament kit. And
all the changes are, it's now going to be protecting ornament kits as well.
Yeah, because previously it didn't. And it says, and the regular version of the item will be returned to the owner. So it seems like I can't tell if they're saying that they'll get the value of the Trooper Parchment and the value of the ornament kit, or if they'll just get the ornament kit and the value of the Trooper Parchment. So let me know if you know what this change actually was. Because, yeah, I don't PvP, so I can't clarify this.
I do want to say that one of the things I mentioned was Dragon Defender trimmed, and I didn't know that existed, and now I want it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's slightly
Cute.
gold.
It has a little gold handle.
Yeah. And also for the opposite, so if you do die and your item is not locked, upon PvP death, the PKer will receive gold equivalent to the value of the item, minus the value of the ornament kit and the ornament kit. So they'll receive
oh gosh.
both.
So they basically got the value of the ornament kit in the end.
Yeah. And at wilderness levels 20 and below, the owner will receive a broken version of the item. And at 20 and above, you will receive nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, so just like normal, if you value your untradables, don't bring them above level 20, kind of like always. As far as that's pretty much most of everything. One really cool change for all your free-to-play players out there is Diango no longer has a buy limit on Chronicle cards. So before it had a limit of, I think, 15.
This is also a huge GIM thing.
Yeah, so that's really cool, and I'm glad
I didn't know I didn't have enough money to buy more. I didn't know there's a limit. That's really annoying.
Yeah, it was really, really annoying. I think it might have even been 10. I don't know. It wasn't very
Actually,
much.
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It's just been a while.
It was not very much at all. And a final change that I thought was kind of funny is participants in the Guardians of the Rift are not allowed to high alch anymore. So it says, participants are asked not to cast alchemy spells. So I'm guessing people were casting high alch during the minigame and they don't want them to. So, they say you've got a universe to save, mate. No time to...
No AFKing here.
That's going to be it for the changes this week. They do have a little bit of a sneak peek at the Kickstarter coming out on the 31st for the RuneScape Kingdoms.
Oh my gosh, I look at this, so cool.
We're getting ever closer, and they are showing off more and more, which is pretty cool. The core pledge does show that you are going to get a pretty good amount of figurines as well as other stuff, including over 400 new cards. And on top of that, if you get the all-in pledge, which of course is going to cost more money, but it's also going to get you things like the sneak peek they have here at the new KBD model, as well as the Kalzuk model, which is obviously from the Inferno. So that's pretty cool.
Plus additional minis that include the Wise Old Man.
Yeah, Wise Old Man. You get Jad, and you get a few other things.
Robert, we're saving up to get this cool one.
including Delrith. So Delrith is, of course, the demon from Demon Slayer. And you also get the Dragon Knight, which is a blue knight in full dragon armor and a fire cape.
Wow.
Yeah, so these do seem to be pretty high quality. And hopefully they do come out that way. I know sometimes Kickstarters don't, but hopefully
these are the ones you have to paint, right?
These are the ones that people usually do
I'm so
Well,
scared to get them and paint them. Like, I'm gonna mess them up.
I think you could play them just by themselves, but I think a lot
But
of people
we
do
want to paint it, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do paint them. I guess
You're more detailed. I'm gonna have you paint them.
it is weird though, because usually I'm not. Now I'm kind of second guessing it because
They're not like a plain color. Some of them are blue, some are red.
Most of the ones that you do paint are like gray. Like when it comes to Warhammer 40K, usually there's just like gray.
But it feels like they're still going to be painted because like the dragon armor is like it's like blue.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope you are able to paint it. I think they'll hopefully provide more detail on that whenever the
Kickstarter's open.
The pledge does come out,
which is on May 25th or May 31st.
Is on the 31st, at the end of the month, and it will be going for 10 days. And so you can check out all the minis and all of the cards and everything that comes with that.
Awesome.
So that's going to be about it for this week. I think a pretty good amount of stuff to go over, which
I agree.
is pretty cool.
And we still have some questions too.
We do have some questions.
All right. So first up, we are going to read a question from Matt, who asked, if you could steal Maning's account, the #1 OSRS player, for 1 week, what would you do? One important rule, though. Trading is not allowed, nor is purposely dying in the wilderness in order to give another player money or items, which would just be mean. And there's a second part, but let's answer this first one first. Their answer is, with the account, they would explore every part of Gielinor. I can't with my newbie account.
Okay.
I already have access to a lot of areas, but I was thinking they probably have max gear, so I would want to go and like practice doing stuff solo with max gear, like maybe like chambers and stuff. This would be like the League's endgame experience that I didn't get because I was turned into a weird skiller.
Yeah, it's funny.
I would just use it to practice stuff with like the best gear.
Yeah.
Mainly chambers and theater. Well, I guess you can't solo theater. I would do solo chambers.
I mean, you can practice though.
I could practice. But what would you do?
Honestly, I wouldn't want to have their account or to use it, but if I had to, just to answer the question, I would probably PK with max gear.
Oh,
because I'm inexperienced in PKing, and even if I was experienced, I think it would be years and years and years of PKing before I was confident PKing
going
in max
with max gear. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
I would just
one.
PK with like, you know, I think PKing in max gear is like 1.5 bill or something.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, not including Torva.
Terrifying.
Yeah, so that's probably what I would do, just to mess around and like try to even get a shred better in PvP.
They also followed it up with second part, if you could steal a maxed out skiller account for 1 week, what would you do? And they said they'd build a badass house and throw a house party, which is cute. My answer, it's what we all really want to do in this game once we become maxed. I would make a rune plate body.
Oh, that's funny.
I would just do it for the memes. I can't think of anything else that I'd really want to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we're main accounts too, so I think that also helps.
Yeah, I think
I can just buy most stuff.
That one's harder because I don't even know what I would want to do on a max skiller account.
Also, because I'm so not close to getting max, I don't even know what's available when you max.
I think
I'm sorry, I didn't give Robert a heads up with this question. I forgot to.
No, you kind of did, but I just honestly don't know a good answer. I'd probably like legitimately, to answer this question, just like hang out with everyone at
a house like that.
No, at the GE, and just like, you know how like everyone lines up with like their gear.
Oh yeah, you would just do that.
I guess I would just do that.
Oh, I would want to do all the emotes in the GE too. Being standing and just switch between all the capes.
Yeah, I would just like fashion scape and then use all my
I
capes.
think that the fashion scape would be the most fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question, as always, Matt, though. And next up, our question from Hariger on Twitter. If you were to write a novel about anything in the OSRS universe, what would it be? I think I'd write an adventure novel starring some of the sailors from Port Sarum and a trip across the great seas of Gielinor, discovering dragons, monkeys, pests, lunar, etc. I would read that book immediately.
That's cool.
Very on brand with me. I'd want an elf book.
Yeah.
Or like the gnomes. I want to be like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
There's no specific story I have in mind, but I don't really totally know the lore behind those places, to be honest, because I skipped a lot of it whenever I was doing this quest. I think if there was a book from like a first person perspective of like some of the things that happen, like having like all the stories behind like Saren and stuff like that, I think that'd be really cool to read. Or reading like about the nightmare from like someone's perspective. I bet that'd be creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd want to be like a first person story of like some crazy thing here that like happened before the game started, you know? So we don't know how it went down.
Okay.
So Nightmare or Saren probably be the coolest.
That'd be kind of cool.
I like scary books. And those seem like they'd be scary.
Yeah. I have a couple answers for this that are kind of inspired by stuff we've talked about recently.
Mhm.
And so the first one is not. It's I think it'd be funny to just have like a biography.
A biography on
Yeah.
a person?
No, of my character.
That'd actually be really funny.
Yeah, it was just
Because it's not like we remember what we were doing forever ago.
yeah, exactly. Or it'd be like, and then I just mined for days, or just like something like that. And so yeah, I think it'd be kind of funny to have like just a biography because like everyone's story is different,
Yeah.
and so it'd be kind of weird, even if
Wait.
you're doing the same quest.
Also, an autobiography on the Wise Old Man would be really good too.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. And then my final one is kind of because we recently talked about I have a picture of and we recently talked about Nelson Mandela, and I also I have a book called 5 Years to Freedom, which is about being like a POW in Vietnam, and so I think it'd be like funny to do like a funny take on those things because obviously both things are tragic.
Very serious.
But it'd be funny to like have a book where you're just like a normal person and like you are like doing all the quests where you like get trapped in a jail cell and it's just you like it's like your journal of all your time in a jail cell. But it's like
wait, if you're the ham area, it's a lot.
yeah, exactly. So you're just like yeah, every time you get trapped by like the ham people or every time you get like knocked out and like thrown back in jail during Monkey Madness.
Just your point of view and you're like, I woke up in a cage.
You're like, yet again, day 17, woke up in a cage. I don't know why this always happens to me. And then like the penultimate or like maybe the ultimate would be like you in Theater of Blood because when you die in Theater of Blood, you get put in a cage.
And you're just watching everyone. My comrades are down there.
My comrades are finally the queen has taken me. Yeah, I don't know. Just
I really like that.
Yeah, just like a really weird, funny spin on it. How you're just like trying to like get your
mindset and be like, what happened here?
You're trying to like find your way through the world, and you just keep getting trapped in these cages.
Wait, do we have any writer friends that listen to this? Can you please write this book? Because this would be great.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
You know, another one would be fun would be like for a quest to choose your own adventure book. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, go to page 32. You go page 32. You died. Go back. I hated that. Did that ever happen to you?
I never used those.
Oh, I liked them a lot. And there'd be many times where I'd be like, oh, I'm going to choose this dumb one to see what happens. And then they'd be like, you died. Go back to the page you were just at and choose the other option. And I'm like, fine.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you die. Yeah. And they're just like, you suck. Go back. I think that'd be cool for like questing, like Dragon Slayer and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It'd be really hard to write. Choose your own adventure books seem like really difficult.
Yeah, but also pretty fun because they're as difficult as you make them.
That's true. You don't have to make them that difficult.
But do we have any other questions?
Yes, we do. The last one is from St. Ray's list of 500 questions. I'm actually going to read two because I told you one and didn't realize I was skipping a question. Nice. So the first one that you don't know. Why do you think OSRS is still relevant in 2022? What makes it special compared to other games?
Okay.
For me, I think it's the nostalgia because a lot of it, I mean, that's what got me into the game again, was the nostalgia.
Yeah.
And now I think it's just that there's endless possibilities.
Okay.
Yeah. As simple as that sounds.
I would agree entirely with your first point.
Mm-hmm. The nostalgia.
That it is highly nostalgic for a lot of people. But even beyond that, I think as far as MMOs go, RuneScape has one of the best like reward systems as far as grinding goes, because like a lot of games,
like all the questscapes and stuff, you mean?
Well, just all of it.
Maxscapes, yeah.
Not even the maxscapes. Like I honestly kind of couldn't care about maxscapes, but like how the rewards for going through skills feels more rewarding like the more you go. Obviously actually, up to a point, but
no, that's so true.
I guess in comparison to like a lot of other games, I feel like it's like, oh, you get like max and then it kind of isn't as valuable as you had hoped. Mm-hmm. But in RuneScape, a lot of times it is as value as you had hoped. So, for example, like Herblore, it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. You can make potions. And then it's like, oh, you can make strong potions. Oh, you can make super strong potions. And it's like, oh, you need this to do end game raid content.
Yes.
So it's
everything has a use too.
Yeah, well, I mean, the better skills do.
Yeah. Most skills have a use.
Yeah, so like, or like rune crafting, like, oh, eventually you get to do bloods, and then you can do wrath runes, which is like one of the best moneymakers in the game.
Yep. So
it's like, yeah, I think it has a pretty good, fulfilling reward system.
I like that answer. That's very good.
Yeah.
The final question for today from St. Wraith. What change would be a big enough deal breaker for you to quit playing OSRS?
This one's easy too.
I talked about this with the chat, and I think the chat on Twitch. I think that some people made a good point. Microtransactions.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think maybe if it was just like ads, I'd get used to it. But if microtransactions were required to like do the stuff I want, that would make me want to quit.
Oh yeah, well then
I can't
that's
imagine
pay to win at that point.
Yeah, I literally can't imagine OSRs ever doing that. But if they did,
And that would defeat the purpose of a subscription.
exactly. But I know there's probably some games in the world that have subscriptions and microtransactions. I'm
there's
sure.
plenty.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
There's
Even a lot of
tons.
the big popular games are like that. Yeah, I think mine would be honestly pretty. Well, mine was going to be pretty similar, and it was money based. Like,
Yeah.
if the game becomes
Play to win.
no, just more.
Or sorry, pay to win.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If it becomes pay to win, then yeah, absolutely. That's the reason I stopped playing Lost Ark, which is was one of the most popular games.
Which
upon
sucks
release.
because you were having so much fun on it.
Yeah, and then it's like
Until you weren't.
Yeah, it's just cost like an infinite amount of money, and also
Yeah.
there's like barely anything to do.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, but besides that, if the game didn't add microtransactions, which would just be insane, I was also thinking like if they increase the price of membership even as much as $5, I wouldn't play.
If it was
anymore.
over $15 a month or more.
Well, the thing is, I have to I kind of weigh it against other games,
Okay.
and so like every other game is less than $15. So if it suddenly was like 17, I would highly consider quitting at that point because I'm like, I could be playing Final Fantasy, which is arguably a better game, Elder Scrolls, which I have more fun playing usually, or World of Warcraft if I hate myself.
I don't know, because I wouldn't pay, if it's like $20, then I'd probably consider, but like 17 I might still consider as long as there's still bond options in game.
Yeah, that's why.
But
I
I feel
said,
really bad for people who don't have gold in game and they're just getting like screwed over.
Yeah, that's why I said at 17 I would highly consider it.
But you wouldn't immediately be like, oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah, at 19 or 20 I would absolutely stop playing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, because that's just way too much.
Yeah, I'd love to hear everyone else's, like, what would be your deal breaker?
Because once you're breaking into that territory, you're not just getting into it being more than other MMOs. It's like, oh, this is costing me more than if I were to like invest in other games, which is like kind of one of the reasons I got into MMOs, because like, sure, $15 a month, whatever, or $12 a month, whatever. And then like eventually it would even out to how much it would cost me to like buy other games.
But if it's like $20 a month, that's like insane.
I'm like, all right, that's like
every
buying...
2 months you could buy a new game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Every 2 months you're buying a new game, and then it's like at the end of the year that bill's crazy.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely at $20 I would definitely step away, but not too much else. I guess if they play or changed like a lot of the core values of the game and went more towards something, not even like a particular direction, but just something like totally out of the blue that could get me to change.
Like if they did whatever 2022's version is of EOC.
Yeah, EOC, yeah. Yeah, if they
threw another random loop like that was totally weird.
Yeah, if like I logged in one day and it looked like World of Warcraft, but like
I'd be like,
and I'd be
what?
Like, why am I not just playing World of Warcraft at this point? So
that's fair.
Yeah, if something like that happened, then I'd quit as well.
But yeah, that is it for the questions.
Yep, that's
yeah.
about it.
What are you be working on this week?
Probably just AFKing. I'm still playing Risk or Minecraft, so I'll probably just be AFKing whenever I can.
I think I might play some more other games. I'm still gonna play some RuneScape, but knocking that Dark Claw again like messed me up, man.
Yeah.
It's very sad. I'm laughing as I say this.
Yeah.
I really want to play more Ori and the Will of the Wisp. So hopefully people like that, because I'm gonna be playing it on stream. I stream 5 days a week. Twitch.tv/Bunebape. 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
And if you want to hang out with us there or get notified whenever we do go live, feel free to join our Discord. We have some pretty cool people over there, and you can share whenever you get a pet.
Yeah, which everyone's getting recently.
Or a real life pet.
Oh yeah, some real... Oh, Fresca posted pictures of their cat today.
Yeah, we like cats and dogs and turtles, everything really.
And hamsters.
Yeah, hamsters.
Hamsters.
But yeah, feel free to join that. Follow us on all of our socials. Yeah,
our Twitter is Bunebapeosrs. Our Instagram and YouTube are both Bunebape. And I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us your time.
Hopefully
you all
so
enjoyed it. And we'll see you all
very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Me.
keep. Burp.
Oh, that's a new one.